Hi, and thank you for joining me today for this museum moment. My name is Carolyn, and I'm the Curator of Education here at the High Desert Museum. How many of you have been out taking strolls through your neighborhood, walking through a forest on a trail or next to a stream? I know I have. And I've actually realized something, that there's a lot of plants and animals that have similarities. They have some things in common. I have 3 objects here today. I'm wondering if you can tell me what they all have in common. I have a porcupine quill, a wood rose branch, and a ponderosa pine cone. What do you think all 3 of these have in common? If you're thinking that they're all found in nature, you are 100% correct. But there's something else as well. All 3 of these objects have inspired different inventions and products that we use today. When scientists or inventors go out and look at nature for inspiration, that's called biomimicry. I want to give you an example. It's a really, really cool example, and it has to do with sharks. So, it was discovered that shark skin bacteria and parasites could not stick to shark skin. And so when scientists took a closer look, they discovered it was the pattern of the skin surface that didn't allow for that bacteria or parasites to stick to it. Can you think of a medical profession or field that this might benefit? Hospitals and doctors' offices. So scientists created a coating based off of the pattern of the shark skin that could go onto countertops and in hospitals and in doctors' offices to prevent bacteria as well as parasites from sticking to it. I think that's pretty ingenious. Sometimes when people are looking at nature for inspiration, they're looking at the structure or the pattern. So that form, so for example, this ponderosa pine cone is in that cone shape, right? They're looking at that form or shape of it. Sometimes they're looking at the function. So why do they have? What purpose does that serve? And other times they're looking at the process, like how does it work? So sometimes they're looking at nature for a lot of different things. Back to my 3 objects here. I have a ponderosa pine cone, wood rose branch, and a porcupine quill. What do these 3 have in common? Maybe you need a closer look. Did you see any similarities? Well, the porcupine quill is really sharp at the end. The ponderosa pine cone has little spikes, and the wood rose branch has thorns. So all 3 of these have different ways to protect themselves from predators. And that predator could be a squirrel, a human, a chipmunk, a bird, but they want to be able to survive. And so they all have ways to protect themselves. Well, how could we use this discovery to help us? I've got it. Have you been on some social distancing walks with friends and family recently? I know I have, and sometimes I edge a little too close to those friends and family because I forget about the 6-foot social distancing guideline. What if I created clothing that had thorns or spikes on them? This would help me remember to stay a safe distance from my friends and family, and it would help them remember not to get too close. So I encourage everyone to go out into nature, whether it's in the park, your backyard, forest, or stream, and take a closer look. See if you can find some inspiration, and if you do, create a design. Think about how can we help solve our community health problems. Draw a design and send it to us, #High Desert Museum. Thank you so much for joining me today on this museum moment, and I look forward to when I see you again.